What up, what up? Back with part 3. Part 3, going over these seats. This the front seat. This the hard part. Try to say the hard part for last. I'm gonna show you how to turn your beat up seat like this. It's all dirty, busted on the side. Chrome to all up. We're gonna turn it to this. New, perfect, clean, new chrome, everything. All right, so before I even get started, I got the whole interior out of the car, all the way down to the carpet. I'm just gonna go over every piece of interior in the car, where I got it from, where you can get it from, roughly how much I spent on it. We're gonna go from there. All right. First thing first, my seat covers. My seat covers came from Gbodyparts.com. I always tell people they got a good product. Amazing product, really. Can't beat it. Same product. Can't beat it. Clean. It's tight. Feel good. The right color. So I got my seat covers from Gbody Parts. My seat covers ran me probably like $600 for the front and back. And this is for 87 Cutlass. So those are the fronts. That's the other front. I'm about to do this seat. And this is the back that's done. As you can see, it's tight, clean. Can't beat it. I'm like a brand new car on the inside. The carpet. You can get carpet from just about anywhere, but I got the carpet that's fitted to the car already. You probably can't tell because the way I got it sitting, but right up in there, you can tell it's fitted for the back. How it's curved in right there. And then it's the same thing in the front and on the sides. And then you even got the little mat built in for the floor. But that carpet ran me probably like $150, somewhere around there. Wasn't too bad. Another thing. The chrome pieces for the seats. I got those from Gbody Parts too. These are brand new. You know, every detail matters. As you can see, the new stuff, the old beat up, cracked up stuff. New stuff, old beat up, cracked up stuff. I think, if I can remember, I think this is like $200, but that was for both seats. So I got the passenger seat and the driver's seat. So that's what I spent on that. This little console right here, I got this from off of eBay, but they also sell them on Gbody Parts. You know, it covers up this because I didn't want to use this. It fits right over the top of it, and it also is open up like that. And then it got 2 cup holders, the small one and the big one, and it matched the color in the interior. I spent like $125 on that. Then the most expensive thing that was in the car, this console. So the console for the Gbodys come in multiple pieces. You got 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece, 4 piece. And it would have been 5 if I used that cover, but I don't want that cover. So this piece, I had to get this from eBay. This comes off a Regal instead of a Cutlass. This is metal. I think it came off a T-type, and this shit was expensive. This thing was $200. $200, but it's metal. It won't crack like the Cutlass. Another expensive part of this console was this top hat right here. This top is so hard to find in any kind of good shape. That top piece alone cost me $200. Not exaggerating. This shit was $200. That's the best one that I can find. It just needs to be cleaned a little bit from sitting in my garage, but it's in perfect shape. Perfect shape. And it's matched the interior. All right, and the parts that you can get from gbodyparts.com is this top piece and this bottom piece. You can get both of those from Gbody Parts all day, and they run like $169 a piece. So yeah, I got a lot of money tied up just in this console. So $169, $169, $200. That's another $200, and $125. Do the math. So if you ever get a car that got a console in it, you better make sure that it's intact. If it's not, get ready to spend some money, because ain't no way around it unless you get something made. All right, that's the whole interior. I already got the headliner in, and the dash cap is already in the car. So whenever I get ready to install everything, I'll go over how I put that stuff in, and we'll go from there. But right now, I'm about to get ready to break this seat down, and I could show you how we do it. So with this cutlass seat, it breaks down a whole lot different than a Monte Carlo seat. The Monte Carlo seat is like the easiest seat to do, but this cutlass seat, it has so many parts to it, it's crazy. So first of all, you got the chrome pieces on the sides. Then you got like the plastic tray that goes all the way around the bottom of it. As you can see, all this stuff hooks back together inside. Then you got this back plate that has to come off. And then we also have, if I can get under there, you also have, you know, the bolts to make the rails come off, front and back. And then once I get these covers off, I can show you how to break down the sides of the seat, how everything comes apart. But for now, go ahead and take the rails off the bottom of the seat. Once you get the rails off the bottom, we're going to come to the side, and we're going to go ahead and take these two screws out. I'm just going to pull this chrome piece off, and then I'll be back. All right, after you pull the two screws out the chrome on the side, there are two bolts that sit right here. That goes in that hole right there. That's what connects the top to the bottom. Go ahead and take those out, one on each side, and also take this little hook off of this piece right here. Then after that, you come around to the back. You need to take the screws out of there, and then after that, you got the screw right there and the screw right there. It needs to come out too in order for this back piece to come off. So go ahead, do that, and we'll go from there. All right, now it is an ashtray on the back of here. So make sure you take the ashtray out. If you don't know how to take the ashtray out, this little thing right here, push down on it and it slides out. And then you have two screws that are right here. Which was right here. Pull those out because they have to come out in order to take the back off. Once you take the back off, you got these two bolts right here that hold the little retractor to the seat. What you gotta do is take these out. Once you take those out, this whole top part should come off, and then you have your two separate parts. right, so you got the seat disconnected from the bottom. All right, so next we got this bolt, that bolt, and that bolt. Then the whole back part right here. There's two pieces that connect right here. They slide apart and come off. Then after that, just like all the other seats, we're gonna start busting these hot rings down. It's not that many, but we're gonna start busting those down. All right, let's get it. All right, so we just pulled the hot rings from here. We pulled them from here. The ones that was here, up the side. Now, there are some more down here at the bottom, like in there, right here, right there, all the way around. We're gonna go ahead and get those off, and then we can start snatching this old cover off. All right, I got all the hot rings popped on the back and on the bottom down there. So now, this is the part that I was telling y'all about that's a little bit different from the back seats. Okay, it's an inseam right here. It's an inseam right here. It's an inseam right here. And if I can remember, I think it's one more right here. So when we take this apart, it's gonna be a little bit different. Let me get this pulled back and I can show you what I'm talking about. All right, so this is the new cover for the top. All right, so this is the inseam that I'm talking about. You got an inseam here, inseam there, one right there, and one across the top. All right, so now when you get ready to pull the seat apart from the old cover, you can see how it's inseam down in there. It's a rod down in there. And if you pull up some more, it's another one that's down in there that goes across. So that one goes across, which is this one. This is this. And the same thing on the other side. So when pulling these out, try to be careful. Try not to bend that rod or snip it, depending on how you pull your hot rings out. Because you can see it's a metal rod right there. A little bitty metal rod. That's what you're going to be hot ringing to. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started, and then I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. But let me go ahead and get started, and I'll get back with you. I'll pull the ones from the side. This is what I'm talking about. It's a ring right there, all the way across. But it's a rod right up under it. That rod is what you hog into. And that rod, you can see it kind of like right there. It's the little rod that I'm talking about. And that's the one that's on the side down there. And right there, it goes up beside the seat. So once you pull these, keep on going all the way up till you get to right there, and just keep going until you get it all the way off. Simple. All right, so after you strip it down, this is what you kind of get. You can see how the seat taking shape. When you look at that. So it takes a shape down through here, here, and across that top right there. So it's a inseam there, down the sides. So once we get this all the way off, we'll be ready to line up the new one. We'll start pulling it down, getting it kind of snug, and then we're gonna start hard ringing from the top. They had 3 in there, but I usually put like 4 or 5. I like my stuff to be tight, so I usually put more than enough to keep it real tight. So go ahead and pull this all the way off. Get your next one. Get ready to get it lined up. And we're gonna go from there. All right, one more thing to the Monte Carlo seats and any other Gbody seat. Once you start getting up close to the headrest, you would see like this, like fabric like this. Keep it, because what it does, it allows the seat cover to slide over this so much better, because without it, it's going to keep gripping and gripping and gripping and gripping. And when that happens, it's hard to pull it down over this. So keep this, keep it, just readjust it and let it help you. And let's get it. So I just pulled my cover down over it. Got it snug all up in here at the top, how it's supposed to be. Make sure everything's lined up. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is pull it back up a little bit, but not too far. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start inseaming. So we got this first one. It's gotta be inseamed here. I'm gonna put about 5 or 6 of them in there, hog rings, to that rod that's right there. It's a little rod in there. I'm gonna go to that little rod, hog ring them down, and then I'm gonna start one on each side. I'm gonna start one on each side for the side seams, and I'm gonna work my way on down. But once I get finished doing this first one and one on the side, I'll be back. All right, so I just started hard ringing the first part, straight down. I put a lot in there. I just like my shit tight. So I'm about to start on the side, work my way down the sides, on each side, and then the same thing up there, right here, boom, boom, boom. And then, you know, you finish off the sides. So I'm about to work my way down the side, show you what it look like, and we're gonna keep going. All right. All right, as y'all can see, it's taking form. The same thing on the sides, same thing on the sides. Some of these little wrinkles right here, all that stuff will come out once we get to the back. Yeah, because we still got a hard ring the back. So you can see it's not even tight, but it's already taking form how it needs to. So with that being said, pull that back. We're gonna hard ring here at the bottom. We're gonna bring it on down. Bring it on down. Pull everything tight. Once we pull everything tight, we can go ahead and start on the back. And once we get that back, it's a wrap. And that'll be one of the hard parts for this seat. So let's get her done. All right, so I got everything seamed up, seamed up, seamed up. All right, all of this right here, it'll tighten up once I start pulling it down, pulling it around to the back where I have to hog ring it. So that's what we're about to get ready to do now. Flip this thing over so we can get to it. So all this on the back, of course, you know, this get hot rings there, then you go there, 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 and then there. Same thing on this side. You got there, 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 and there. We're gonna pull this down. We're gonna pull it real tight. And we're gonna go there, 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 and there. With this one. All right. So let's get it. All right, so I just got this hog ring down. Everything's tight. Started down the sides. Started down that side. One across the top. Now this bottom part, I forgot to tell y'all that from your old seat cover for the Cutlass, it's gonna be a little metal rod down there in the bottom. need to cut that metal rod out because you're gonna use this to wrap around your seat or wrap around the bottom. So you have something to hog ring to. So you're gonna pull this so tight that it's gonna come up here, 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 and here. All right, and then we're gonna tuck this along there too and hog ring that down. Does that make any sense? And this seat is tight. Looks pretty good so far. Look at that, boom, tight. Once we do those ends, bring those ends around, gonna look just like that. Perfect. All right, let's get it. And boom, just like that, clean, tight. Everything's right. Flip this thing over, show you what we're looking like. Got all that seamed up, all the way around. Now you gotta remember you won't see any of this because of that cover. So once that cover goes back on, your chrome goes back on the side, bottom's connected, boom, it'll look just like that. All right, so we're finished with the top part of the seat. We got to start on the bottom. The bottom is a little bit different on the Cutlass than it is in the Monte Carlo. So it's a little bit more stuff you got to take off. All right, so got the rails off. So now we have to take this plastic piece off. It goes all the way around. Comes out on the other side, comes back around. All right, the way that you take that off is got a screw here and a screw here. Boom, this whole back piece will be loosened up on the front side. Then you gotta take that out. And then you gotta take that out. Once those come out, this whole back piece should come off. And then we'll go from there. And as you can see, this seat is so old and tore up all in the bottom. This is why I do this. All right, so this is that back part. Comes straight off. If you want to clean it up, it's your time to do it while it's off. But you got to take that off to get to the rest of the seat. So from there, we can go ahead and start popping our hog rings. Go ahead and start popping them, getting them off. And got some back there. But let's go ahead and start popping them, get it off. All right, so I went on ahead and popped all these rings off the back. Most of this shit you can cut out the back. I just cut around it. All right, so once I cut around all that, we can get ready to start hitting these inseams in the side of the seat. All right, so down in there, so you got the inseam, you got to pull them out the same way we did the top seat. It's going to come up to here, and there's going to be another inseam going across, and then you have to follow it up to the front. So you got the sides, and across. So get to it. All right, so when I did the driver's seat, I had one little issue. This is the passenger seat. So I'm gonna explain to you the issue, and I'm gonna explain to you how I fixed it. Okay, so with these cars being as old as they are, you know, sometimes, especially T-top cars, water gets on these seats from a leak or whatnot. So that's why you see like the little bit of surface rust all on the seat from the bottom and all that. All right, so the issue that I had was that this metal rod that goes across, this is all I had left of it. That goes across there. It rusted out. So when that happened, you gotta improvise. And improvising means using the clothes hanger. It's new metal. This metal is actually coated with plastic, so it actually works. So what I had to do is find the rod that goes down the side. First I snipped one end so I could take it and wrap it around. As you can see, I wrapped it around the rod, and then I kind of played with how much more I needed on this side to wrap it around, and I wrapped it. And now, boom, got me something to hard ring to. Simple, and it still works. Actually worked real good, because that's what you're looking at right there. It's the same thing. So, let's get ready to get this cover on, and we can go from there. All right. So first thing we're gonna do, wrap that cover up around the front, kind of pull it down to get it a little snug in the front and lined up. And then we're gonna start hard ringing in the front. Start on the front, snug it down, get it a little tight, come across that middle, wiggle it around, make sure the sides are good, pull the sides down, and take it on to the back. And then I'm gonna show you exactly where you need to hard ring back there in the back. It's a little different from the Monte Carlo seat, so I'll show you that. All right, so I got everything hard ring down, and across. So now, you need to pull down, pull that around, get it tight. And what we're gonna do is when we flip this over, we're gonna flip it over like this. All right, so this is what we're doing next. So we're gonna take this and hard ring this to this. So this has to get hard ring all the way to this, all the way up. And what I usually do to make it tight is I'll roll it. I'll roll this a little bit, roll it inwards. See how it starts to pull? That's what I usually do. Spin it. You can spin the inside one too. Spin both of them, get a ring on it. It won't go nowhere. And it'll stay tight. And the same thing on this side. Once we go all the way back, this is where it gets different from the Monte Carlo seat. So, you have to pull this all the way up. It's already cut out. You're gonna hard ring it there, and then you're gonna hard ring it there, and you're gonna hard ring it there. The same thing on this side, there and there. And then you're gonna bring this around tight. When you put this down, all this go back together. All of this goes right back together, just like that. Hard ring there, stick two in there, and bring it all the way across. Same thing on this side, bring it all the way across. You're gonna bring it all the way up to there. Bring it across. Simple. But you just gotta pay attention to make sure everything's tight. All right, once I'm done, I'll show you the product. All right, got everything seamed up, everything's tight. Back part done. Around, up under. Same thing over there. Everything's tight. Now you do got your bolt holes here, and I think the other one is right there. And right there, and the other one's up there. Get a little razor blade, put a little slit, screw goes straight through. All right, and from this point, we can get ready to start back assembling. And get it back to that point. All right, now we're ready to put this back together. We gotta take this piece and line it back up around the bottom before we can start bolting up anything. This goes back around like that. Push it all the way up. You can see where the bolt holes are gonna line up on the sides. We're gonna line up on the sides right here, right there. All right, so now I'm gonna flip this over, pull it down, get it snug up against here. And then we got 2 screws that go back in the bottom. All right, we got this screw in and that screw in. Where they go, the holes line up. Same thing on the other side, they line up down there. So now what you need to do is the big bolt that you pulled out, they got the little catch on it. This one needs to go in the back. So this one needs to go there, because this is used as a stop and it's also used as a catch. I'll show you what I'm talking about when I put it back together. All right, this is what I was talking about. That hook goes there, that hook goes on this, and that goes there. All right, so I got the hinge system put back together. That bolt that sits there, this one that sits out a little bit. The same thing on this side with the hook. So now, lift up, boom, just like that. And rest back here. Up, down. All right, so now we're about to get this top part. About to get ready to get that lined up and go from there. All right, so we got the top part of the seat. We're finna get ready to line this up. But before you do that, go ahead and get that hooked in and get your 2 nuts back on there. So we don't have to worry about it, and it'll already be in place. Then we're gonna lean this back and we're gonna line it up with the holes that's on the side. There's 2 holes right there. For these 2 holes right there, it should fall right into place. So let's get it. All right, we got all the screws and the hinges. Down, there. Boom. Stop when it comes back. Same thing on the other side. Everything's tight. Everything's lined up. Now we gotta get ready to put the chrome back on. All right, here we go. Time to replace this chrome. As you can see, this stuff right here is all beat up, scratched up, dented up. So what we're gonna do is, these little clips right here, what you have to do is get like a little flathead or something, real small, and go behind those little grooves and peel it back. Once you peel it back, it should loosen up, and this chrome piece right here should come straight off. Same thing on this side. Do it to both of those. Pull enough of them back to where to loosen it up and come straight off. And then we're gonna put the new stuff on. All right, so we got the old chrome off. I'm going to drop this new stuff on. It goes back on the same way it came off. Get it fresh. All right, so these little tabs straight back through. Only one way to go. Put that on and slide your clips back down and make sure you press them in to lock it in place. Same thing on this side. All right, so got my chrome pieces back on, locked in, new stuff. All right, so we're about to take this and go ahead and get it on back on the back of here. All right. So, of course, you got the 2 screw holes at the bottom that goes under here. Then you got the 2 screw holes there that go there. And then it's 2 more up here. They go right there and right there. All of it should fall right back into place. All right. Got the screws back in the top. Got the ashtray back on. With the screws that was down in there. And we also got the 2 screws that go right there and the other one right there. All right, so now it's time to put the chrome back on the side and we'll be complete with this seat. And there you go. All put back together. Chrome back on the sides. Chrome back on this side. All new. Place it back on the bottom. Everything's back right. And there you go. Complete product. Get the picture. New dash cap, steering wheel, carpet, console, seats fresh. Gotta put the backs in, trim the carpet. And I wanna get this top done.